everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As always, my name is Nicolai and you're on my channel Home Gardening. Today I came to you not alone. Today I came to you with a bird of paradise. And today I want to tell you how to grow, how to care, and how to maintain this beautiful bird of paradise in your home indoors. So yeah, if you are interested, please keep watching. This type of plant called birds of paradise, or it can also be called Strelizia, is a superb plant that comes from the tropics, boasting simply magnificent flowers and nicely dense leafage. The birds of paradise is delightful, easy to care for and enjoy warm, balmy days all year round. The stunning flowers of these unique plants make it popular in gardens around the globe. So actually this flower is artificial one. Let me show it. Like this. This is a plastic flower, not the natural one. Why? Because Strelitzia plant or paradise plant flowers when it gets 3 or 5 years old, and when this plant gets 3 or 5 years old, it starts to flower. And at this moment, this plant grows very huge, like 5 or even 8 feet tall, something like that. So it's very tall. And can you guys imagine how to transplant this plant, how to move this plant from the nature habits to our country? So it's almost impossible. That's why Strelitzia is selling like this, like to be small beautiful bush with artificial flowers. So when you buy it, you can see how it will be flower in future. There are different types of flowers of birds of paradise plant. This one is orange with violet like the stripes, and other ones are white. Also they are red white, as I know. So yeah, you choose the best color of flowers you want. Like you can see this example. You choose, you decide, you buy, you bring it in your home, you start to care of it, you start to love it, and in the future, in 3 or 5 years, it starts to bloom and produce these amazing, beautiful flowers. The bird of paradise boasts a stunning display of large tropical leaves that in the wilds of southern Africa can reach up to 20 feet tall. In human spaces, they are more like to stand anywhere from 3 to 8 feet tall, but still rank among most beautiful houseplants fans' favorites due to the remarkable size of their rich foliage. Surprisingly, the bird of paradise is easier to grow than many tropical plants and makes for a vigorous, rapidly growing indoor plant. It can be moved outside in the summer, and in warmer climates it thrives for half the year outside. Bird of paradise typically flowers in the late winter or early spring, but under optimal conditions it flowers at other times. This plant grown with upright leaves emerging directly from the soil where is no trunk. Bird of paradise is a beautiful plant that can be successfully grown inside. The biggest drawback are their size. They grow to 5 to 6 feet tall, and the fact that the plants need 3 or 5 years before they flower. The trick to successfully grow that indoors is providing lots of bright light with some direct sun, regular watering and worms. Feed your plant with compost early in the spring before new growth begins, and then fertilize every week or so during the growing season. For the best chance of survival, grow the plant in a container that can be moved outside in warm summer months and brought back inside for winter. To bring the plant to bloom once it is 4 to 5 years old, keep it pot bounded, give it plenty of sun, and feed it on the schedule. Just note, the plant is mildly toxic to dogs and cats and people, but it takes eating quite a bit of it to have an effect. What about lighting? The plant needs bright light, including some direct sunlight, to bloom well. However, it requires shielding in direct middle summer sun, which can burn the leaves of young plants. A good position is in a room with windows facing east or west. Avoid rooms with only north-facing windows. As to the soil, use a rich, well-drained potting mix for potted plants. What about watering? Keep the soil continually moist throughout the year. While it should not be waterlogged, expect to water it daily in the spring and summer as it loses moisture through its big leaves. If overwatered, the plant will develop crunchy brown leaves. If underwatered, the leaves farthest from the center will turn yellow. Bird of Paradise prefers high humidity. You might want to keep a spray bottle handy to mist it if your home is dry. When and how to fertilize? This plant is a heavy feeder. Feed it in the springtime with slow-release pellets or weekly during the growing season with liquid fertilizer. What about potting and repotting? Bird of Paradise is a rapidly growing plant that needs to reach a certain size before it will bloom. Repot it every spring into a somewhat larger pot. A bird of paradise that is from 2 to 4 feet tall grows well in a 10-inch pot. A 5 to 6 foot plant usually thrives in a 14-inch pot. Once it reaches maturity, you will want it to be pot bounded so it will bloom. If you repot it, you will disrupt the bloom cycle. How to propagate bird of paradise? Well, bird of paradise is easy to propagate by dividing the underground rhizomes when you repot it. Separate a shoot with at least 3 leaves. It can also be grown from a seed, but division is easier as it can take months for seeds to germinate. Divide infrequently because crowded clumps produce the most blooms. So with a little care, even cool region gardeners can enjoy the eye-popping blooms and tropical foliage of this plant. So guys, I hope I managed to tell you everything that I know about this beautiful bird of paradise plant. I hope I explained you everything correctly. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any suggestions how you grow, how you care for your paradise plant, please let them in the comments below as well. This is it for now. I hope you like this video. See you very soon. Bye!